Hey curious minds, have you and your partner ever found yourselves arguing over something small, only for it to spiral into a full-blown conflict? Maybe it started with a forgotten chore or a minor disagreement about dinner. But suddenly, you're fighting about bigger, more serious issues, wondering how you got here. This scenario is all too common in relationships. What starts as a minor disagreement can easily snowball into a heated argument, leaving both partners frustrated and hurt. But what if there was a simple way to stop this from happening? Recent research has uncovered a fascinating technique that can prevent these small disagreements from turning into major conflicts. And the best part? It only takes 5 seconds. In August 2024, researchers Annah McCurry, Robert May, and David Donaldson conducted an intriguing study that explored how couples' arguments escalate and, more importantly, how to stop them in their tracks. Here's what they found. By simply pausing for 5 seconds, you can significantly reduce aggression and prevent an argument from spiraling out of control. In this video, we'll break down how the study with 6,000 trials was set up, how they discovered the 5-second rule, how they applied it, why it works, and finally, how I'm using this rule in my relationship. Part 1. The study setup. The research involved over 6,000 trials where couples played a reaction time game. The rules were simple. The winner of each round could blast a loud, unpleasant noise into the loser's headphones. Sounds intense, right? But this was done to measure how couples express aggression in a controlled environment. There was a twist, though. The opportunity to send the noise blast didn't always come immediately. In some cases, couples had to wait 5, 10, or even 15 seconds before blasting the noise. And here's where things get interesting. When couples had to wait just 5 seconds before acting, their aggression levels dropped significantly. In fact, this brief pause was just as effective as a longer 10 or 15-second wait. So, even the smallest break in the heat of the moment can help you cool down and think more clearly. Part 2. The power of a 5-second pause. Now, you might be thinking, 5 seconds? Can that really make a difference? Well, according to the study, it absolutely can. When couples were agitated, aggression increased by a staggering 86%. But, when forced to pause for just 5 seconds, that aggression dropped dramatically. It turns out, those few seconds gave couples the time they needed to reset their emotional responses and prevent further escalation. This technique, now called the 5-second rule, is based on a simple but powerful idea. When emotions are high, a short pause can help you regain control before things get out of hand. Part 3. How can you apply this in your own relationship? Here are 3 easy steps to get started. First, talk to your partner about the 5-second rule. Let them know about the research and how taking a short break can prevent arguments from escalating. It's important to have both partners on board with this idea. Next, decide how you'll implement the rule. Will you use a signal, a code word, or maybe even a countdown? Agree on how long the break will last and when it's appropriate to call for a pause. Remember, this isn't about avoiding tough conversations, it's about preventing emotional outbursts. Finally, give it a try. The next time you feel tension rising, use your agreed-upon signal and take 5 seconds before continuing the conversation. Whether it's about small annoyances or bigger disagreements, this brief pause could be the key to keeping things calm. Part 4. Why it works. It might sound almost too simple to work, but that's precisely why it's so effective. In the heat of an argument, our emotions can cloud our judgment. A 5-second pause gives your brain time to switch from a reactive, emotional state to a more thoughtful, controlled one. These small pauses allow you to reframe the situation, gather your thoughts, and respond more calmly. It's not about sweeping issues under the rug. It's about giving yourself the space to think before things get worse. Just think about how often arguments get out of hand because we react impulsively, without thinking. That's what the 5-second rule aims to change. It gives you the power to take control of your emotions and prevent unnecessary conflict. Part 5. Practical examples. Imagine this. You and your partner are in a disagreement about whose turn it is to do the dishes. Tensions start to rise, voices get louder, and suddenly, it's not just about dishes anymore. You're bringing up past grievances, and the argument spirals. Now, picture the same scenario with the 5-second rule. You feel the tension rising, but instead of reacting immediately, you take 5 seconds. You breathe, pause, and give yourself time to cool down. When you speak again, the situation feels less heated, and you can talk through the issue more rationally. Let's break this down into other everyday situations where the 5-second rule can be a game changer. Maybe you and your partner are having a friendly debate about where to go on vacation. At first, it's a fun conversation, but soon, you start disagreeing. One of you wants a relaxing beach getaway, while the other is pushing for an adventure-filled hiking trip. What begins as a light discussion slowly builds tension. You feel like your ideas aren't being heard, and before you know it, the conversation turns into an argument about who always makes the final decision. Right here, as the tension starts to rise, the 5-second rule can save the day. One partner can pause, take those 5 seconds, and instead of arguing back, say, "Okay, let's both explain why these trips matter to us, and we'll figure out something together." Or imagine you're playing a competitive game together, something fun like Mario Kart. It's all laughs until one of you gets a little too competitive and makes a snarky comment. That light-hearted fun quickly turns into playful jabs, and soon, it feels like a real argument. In this case, the 5-second rule can come in handy, too. Instead of escalating with another snarky comment, pause for 5 seconds. You'll likely realize that it's not worth turning a fun game night into a sour memory. Those few seconds could stop the competitive energy from ruining the evening. As you can see, the 5-second rule isn't just for big arguments. It works in small, everyday moments where tension might arise, helping you to stay grounded and prevent minor disagreements from snowballing into something bigger. Closing thoughts. In relationships, small moments can make a big difference. The 5-second rule might seem like a small change, but it has the potential to prevent arguments from turning into unnecessary conflicts. Whether you're debating whose turn it is to clean up or discussing something more serious, taking just 5 seconds could be the difference between an argument and a calm conversation. So, the next time you feel an argument bubbling up, remember this. A brief pause might be all it takes to keep things from spiraling out of control. It's simple, it's backed by science, and it might just save your next conversation from going off the rails. I've personally tried a simple 5-second rule in my relationship, and it's been really helpful. Whenever my partner and I are in an argument that's starting to heat up, we take a quick water break before continuing. Trust me, it works wonders. These short breaks give us time to cool off and stop ourselves from saying things we might regret. Do you have any techniques like this that work for you? Thanks for watching. Please, check out our video about a miracle drug that is enhancing human life by 25%. It also improves health by minimizing wrinkles and even reduce chances of cancer. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more science updates and breakthroughs.